Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. Hopefully, you're all doing great. Bitcoin is breaking new all-time high prices. We're getting to $104,000, and this live stream is going to be fairly quick, unfortunately, because I did not have enough time today to do like a full 1 hour live stream. Now, give me just 1 second. I'm going to share this on Patreon and in the Telegram chats as well. All right, hopefully you all are doing great. Hopefully your portfolios are doing even better. Donald Trump owned World Liberty Finance, bought Ondo. Is that true? What is Ondo price looking like right now? Where is Ondo? Oh, there we go. There's Ondo. So Ondo is on the rise. Let's go to Twitter. They're definitely going to have something. Trump buys Ondo. And Trump is buying Link, has started to buy. Okay, so 250,000 USDC for Ondo Finance. So $250,000. And we do have Arkham alerts set up for, I think I got an alert as well. This is big news. Let me go to my alerts on Arkham. World Liberty Finance. For some reason, I did not get. For some reason, I did not get a notification. Why is that? Are there two wallets for World Liberty Finance? But this is big news. This actually might change our outlook on Ondo in terms of the unlock of the tokens. So 35, 250K. Okay, so I do see it here. Interesting. I'm not sure why I didn't get the alert for that, because we're tracking all the big wallets. But we're going to see a massive pump here for Ondo, probably. Another coin that I quickly want to mention that had a massive pump is Velodrome Finance. So we got into this at 9 cents over on Patreon. We were getting into this even below 9 cents. If I think some of you were able to get in over here. And then from there, we saw a massive pump of approximately 500% because of a Binance listing. Very annoyingly, I could not log into my OKX account and take profits on Ondo at like 40 cents because I was not sleeping during this time. I was awake at like 4 a.m. and I caught the news literally as it happened. So I was sitting here at 40 cents. I could not log into my OKX account. They blocked me out for like 3 hours. And by the time I was able to log in, the price was already down to like 30 cents or something. So I was like, okay. It was a little bit annoying because I could have swing traded that very easily. But hey, you can't win them all. Congratulations to everyone who got into Velodrome. I think this is just the beginning for this project. We're back in Bitcoin season here. We dropped out of the altcoin season. And I think this is a good thing for us because we went parabolic too quickly here. We went too quickly, a little bit too quickly. So now we've dumped below the level of 75 on this index, and we're back in Bitcoin season. Hello, Jack. How are you doing, my friend? Let me know if the audio is doing good. Should be doing good. So Trump is buying Link, Trump is buying Ondo. These are two blue chip coins in their respective niches. Well, Chainlink is more like an RWA Oracle project. Chainlink is essentially partnered up with everyone, and I think Chainlink is going to be a big player in the coming years. So it's definitely a coin that I will be holding in my portfolio come next bear market. We did have it in my portfolio during the previous bear market. I did take profits when I had like a 2 or 3x, I believe, and I moved my assets over into a different coin. So right over here, we were targeting this massive block for Chainlink this entire time. So for 500 days, we were in the sideways channel. Then we had a massive breakout. And our average was around $6 down here. So congratulations to everyone who's still holding. If you've got a huge amount of money in crypto, you should be having large amounts in these top coins because they're safe, 3 to 4x's, 3 to 5 to 7x's in some cases. So it's just a no-brainer. And if Trump is buying into Ondo, this is definitely going to be a good thing for the RWA narrative. We'll see if they get into Manta, possibly. We don't know. I do hold Manta. I don't hold any Ondo, but I do have some Manta. So congrats on buying Chainlink. If we go to, let's go to Ondo for just a second here. So this is the weekly chart. Our 1.618 target is at $2.33 for Ondo. We might as well get there today, but you're extremely overbought. So buying in right now would not be very smart from a technical standpoint, from a logical standpoint as well. If something has pumped already, you want to be waiting for retracement. It's up 4x since the August bottom there at 50 cents on the dot. And some of my patrons have already started taking profits on Ondo because we are trying to dollar cost average our way out of the markets, just the way we were dollar cost averaging our way into the markets. Can you check out Voxel and Mbox short term? Let's check out one of those projects. We can do 2 per person, and plus we don't have a lot of time. Voxel, I've never heard about that coin before. 53 million, 71% out in circulation. It was listed pretty much at the peak of the previous cycle. And I bet the vesting schedule was crazy. Yes, it was, and it's still going crazy. Okay, so there was a lot of token dilution, but the good thing now is that most of the supply is out, but still we have quite an aggressive unlock schedule here. You'll only get to 300 million in 2027. So it's not like it's going to be super bad from here on until like June 2025. You can still, with enough volume, you can still make it. This is an NFT gaming project. Let's take a look at their price action. Of course, do your own research into all of these coins. I'm not telling you to buy or sell any of them. We're just doing some TA just to see where some good buying or selling levels are. So massive resistance zone over here for Voxel. I think once we break through that level, we're going to have a massive move to the upside. For any breakout, you want to have volume. You want to have a lot of volume coming in. That's very important. So if, for example, you start breaking past this top over here, let me change the color of that. So over here, you start breaking past that level, but you have no volume essentially, and you're just barely breaking out. Chances are you're going to come back down and you're going to retest at least the bottom of the resistance here, of this resistance block. The same way you went above this level. Well, if you want to exclude the wick there, but you get my point. You break out a little bit, but then you crash down. So that's a way to liquidate sometimes the short positions, and then you start dumping and you liquidate the long positions. But in terms of buying into this thing, I think it's, let's see from the bottom here. of the bear market, we've gone up approximately 173%. So it's not a lot. It is not a lot. I think this is still a good buy. So that was a massive support block for us. Let me flip that to green. So this was a massive support block, a little bit of a dump below that, but for the most part, around 13.5 cents was an amazing entry point. So you can still buy into this, but of course, do your own research. It's already listed, I believe, on Binance and Coinbase as well. KuCoin. Do we have a Kraken listing? We don't have Kraken. We don't have Bybit. So those two listings could potentially bring a pump or two to this project. What do you think AI agents narrative? And with coins, do you recommend, and what coins I found HGPT, Agent, and Asta. Well, Asta would have been the one that I would have recommended. We got into Asta ourselves on Patreon. I gave everyone a good buying level, and this is one of the agents, AI agents, coins that you could be getting into. The important thing with this narrative is you have to be very careful with which coins you're buying, because with what's that project called? The one that's essentially creating a bunch of AI agents tokens. You want to be careful with these AI agent tokens because a lot of them are very new and most of them are going to rug pull. Most of them are scams. So be careful buying into something that's listed or started trading just a few weeks ago. I would probably look for something that has been in the niche for a very long time, like Altered State Token, that has been in this since the middle of 2022. That means that they haven't necessarily just created their token to take advantage of this niche, but they were actually in this narrative before it kicked off. So Asto is one that I would recommend you guys research. Still very low cap. Doesn't have Coinbase, doesn't have Kraken, doesn't have Binance, doesn't have Bybit. What else doesn't it have? It doesn't even have KuCoin. So this thing could absolutely pump if we have a bunch of listings on centralized exchanges. And I've shown you already Orca. I've showed you Velodrome. All of these coins we got into before the Binance listing, and we saw a pretty strong pump to the upside. So that happened with Orca, and that happened with Velodrome. And these projects are still going to perform well, in my opinion, because Orca is a DEX on Solana. Solana, the #1 exchange here in crypto at the moment, or layer 1. And we have Velodrome, which is an AMM on Optimism. So things are doing good for the coins that are getting listed on Binance. And once we have even more listings, they'll continue pumping. And I expect the same to happen for most coins that are still not listed on centralized exchanges. But the AI agents niche is going to be a very bullish sub-niche within the AI narrative. And you should definitely pick out some projects for now and let them ride, see what happens. But don't get too overexposed, and be careful with all the scams that are floating around. Can you look at Magic, please? Let's take a look at Magic. And is this the one? Is this the Magic token you're talking about? And just a quick shout out to our Patreon guys. If you're looking to get into my Patreon, you have a 7-day free trial to 2 different tiers. You can get access to the entirety of my Patreon content. So all of my portfolios, trade alerts, 100 plus low cap gems, pretty much everything that we do, the podcast series that we do there. You get access to all of that. You can see what calls have we made during the bear market, like with Injective, with Near Protocol, with GraphLink. And you can see that we've been doing pretty well on Patreon, and you can check that out for free, like I said. And then if you decide to stay and stick around, that would be very much appreciated. But let's take a look at Magic. I believe this is the one that you're referring to. They have a vesting schedule, which is not too bad. And this is listed on Binance already, Coinbase as well, OKX as well, Bybit as well. So it's got most listings except Kraken. Doesn't have Kraken. And what is this doing? Let's go to the About section. Treasure is the decentralized game console. Founded in 2021, Treasure is a base layer for the next generation of games powered by its native token Magic. Treasure is a gaming network and blockchain that is built on the ZK stack by ZK Sync and one of the Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solutions. Okay, interesting. This is pretty interesting, guys. The Imagination AMM. All right, so I would definitely, I'm going to save this to our watch later playlist. 312,000 followers. The decentralized gaming console has arrived. Treasure is interesting. Okay, so very interesting gaming project. Let's go to the price action chart and let's see what's going on there. Okay, so very similarly to the previous chart that we looked at, 113% from the bear market bottom here. It's not a massive move to the upside, so I think this is still a good buying opportunity. The market cap is still not that high. It's a safer project than the rest because it's listed on so many centralized exchanges, especially Coinbase. Coinbase is not going to list a shit project, a shit coin, if you will. But this is a good buying level if you are going to experience some sort of a retracement. You can get in between 40.79 to 45.5 cents, somewhere around there. That could be a resistance for us to look forward to. And if you want, you can take some profits there. So you can see we had multiple bounces off that trend line, and we could have another one relatively soon if this starts pumping. And everyone is expecting gaming to pick up from 2025, sometime in the first quarter. I think that is very possible. So after AI, we'll have the gaming narrative. So you want to be getting into your gaming projects right now. We do have a few gaming projects in my portfolio over on Patreon. Some of them are even below $10 million market cap, but I'm definitely going to look into Magic. This is at $165 million. So it's, it still has some potential. Can you give us price predictions for Magic? So it's hard to give price predictions to these newer projects. What you can do is you can go to the previous gaming cycle run, or let's say to the previous bull market, and you take a look at something, or even comparing it right now to something like Decentraland Mana. So a $1.2 billion market cap for Magic would put us at a 7x from here. And that's going to be $4.20 for Magic. And let's say you have 1,000 Magic coins, that would be $4,200. If you have, let's say, 10,000 coins, that's $42K. 42K. So, I would say this is a safer gaming project, and I would be expecting probably at least $1 billion from it in this cycle. But again, it's very hard to give price predictions because we have no previous data. So if it explodes, it is going to explode big time. Bitcoin just broke new all-time high. Look at that. Bitcoin is doing great, and as you can see, we're so 64 here, 65. We're still in Bitcoin season. I think towards the end of December, early January, especially around the inauguration, once we have those Bitcoin treasury news coming out from the US government, I think that's when we're going to have that next massive euphoric wave. And I think a lot of coins are going to start going parabolic. So Ondo is continuously rising here, $2.07. So regarding Ondo, let me know, guys, what you think about this token unlock in January. I believe January 14th. So if we go to the vesting, okay, so that's just, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the one in January. There we go. So it's going to be January 18th. Ecosystem growth, protocol development, private sales, community access. So private sales is getting 25% of the total supply unlocked, which is 322.56 million tokens. So, you know, I would be careful around these dates, and I would probably take a lot of profits before we get to that date there, January 18th. Also, just because Trump is buying doesn't mean it can't have a correction. Trump is buying, doesn't mean it can't dump. So I would advise you guys look into taking profits, have an exit strategy ready and set to go. And then if it dumps after January, great, you can buy in. If it doesn't, at least you took profits. You were on the safe side of things. Okay. Anyway, Ondo is sitting at a $2 to $3 billion market cap. Yeah, a $3 billion market cap. So it's getting into that high cap territory. Do you really think you can do it 15x with this? I don't know. Maybe if like a 10x from here with Trump pumping the coin is possible. So you get to $20. That would be possible. I guess we'll see what happens if they keep buying more. But we could have a retracement and people could start dumping before January 18th. So be ready for retracement. If you don't want to sell, just be ready to have a retracement in the middle of January. Also, refer back to our previous live streams where we spoke about the Chinese New Year and how that affects the crypto market and how we have a retracement, or even a dump every single Chinese New Year. Literally every single year within the 2 weeks of celebration of the Chinese New Year, we have a dump because the Chinese traders go away. And that means the markets are just much easier to essentially drop. So if you go to this one, this is the live stream that we did 6 days ago. Look into this one. We covered the Chinese New Year in detail. Yep, past 105K. Well, we were for a second there. Starknet might come back to along with TIA. So TIA, I got airdrop TIA last year, and unfortunately I was a dummy and I sold, which was not the best thing to do, unfortunately, but still it was an airdrop. I made money. That's great. But it went to like $20 and I sold all the way down here at like 230, 250 or something. So it did like a 7x from there. But hopefully you guys didn't sell. Hopefully you took profits closer to the top here. And this could definitely have another comeback, another move to the upside. We would be targeting $28.50 for Celestia if we were to break this all-time high from February 2024. And what about Starknet? And by the way, I will be on my vacation from the 21st of January until the 29th, as in from my day job. So I'll be able to stream every single day. So we're going to have a very good year end with Hazik live streaming every day. Starknet, $1.45 billion. Let's go to the token unlocks. Well, it's starting to pick up. It's going to get more aggressive towards the summer next year But as of right now, you can still ride this. So we have a Kubo. I've never seen that exchange before. But it has most listings here. It has most centralized exchange listings already. And what is this, like a layer 2? I can't remember. Is a permissionless decentralized validity rollup, so a ZK, that operates as a layer 2 network over Ethereum, enabling any dApp to achieve unlimited scale for its computation. I mean, if you're bullish on some layer 2s, or you have a nice bag of all the layer 2s, you might add this to it. I haven't looked into Starknet, to be honest, so I can't really give you any suggestions or any of my thoughts. But in terms of the price action, I don't even need to go to the official chart. We can just look at this, and you can see it's around the bottom. It's trying to recover, and unless we break through the June 2024 high, we can't really be talking about any levels to, or any price targets to the upside. So I would wait. By the way, was my mic too? Because now my mic should sound a lot better. Okay, it was nice, but it was okay. Is my audio doing better now? All right. I think it is doing slightly better. So this is a good buying opportunity for Starknet if you're bullish on the project, is all I'm going to say. Thoughts on Carrot and Shrapnel, please. So some alpha for Carrot, guys. Carrot is being held by a lot of crypto YouTubers. That is why I am in Carrot at the moment. So this is just some alpha for people who are watching. If you're not in Carrot, you should be in Carrot because it's a gaming project that still hasn't pumped. We only have a KuCoin and a Gate and a Coinbase listing. So we have Kraken to come. We have Binance to come. We have Bybit to come. Also, just because we don't have some centralized exchanges does not mean that all of them will list the project. But when a project is generating a lot of revenue and there's a lot of trading volume, then usually exchanges want to onboard that project simply because they want to have all of that volume going through their exchange so that they can show better and bigger volume numbers to the investors and to the public. So if a project is doing very well, there are high chances that this is going to get listed on some top tier exchanges. But I like Carrot. I like their website, like their arcade style website. And I think this is at least a 10x. At least a 10x from here is very possible. And the other one is Shrapnel. So this is a Cardano project. And to be honest, I did not buy into this. It's still very low. Still very, very low. Still hasn't done anything, technically. And the unlock here is crazy. It's just crazy. So I don't know if you want to be getting into something like that. Strategic holders, advisors. So like the early investors are going to be dumping this thing. Dumping hard. AVAX, any thoughts? AVAX is a bullish project. However, I would not be getting into it right now. It's a little bit too high. And if you were following my channel throughout the bear market and back in 2021 during this dip, we gave you this support block between $10.60 to $9.40. We gave it to you back in 2021. We gave it to you once again in 2022, in 2023, and at the end of 2023. So if you followed our RTA and you just simply applied logic and you saw that it's retesting the same support level over and over again, you could have entered here and you potentially would have been up 7x on this trade from the bottom here. So we'll see how AVAX does in this cycle. I think it is one of the projects that will break past its all-time high along with Near Protocol, because 90% of projects do not come back up to the same all-time high price from the previous cycle. However, I think AVAX and Near are going to be of the projects that do exactly that. So I don't have AVAX, but I have Near. We entered Near close to the bottom at $1.65, and I think Near can easily get to a 30 to 40 to $45 billion market cap. So I would say wait for a retracement for AVAX if you're really eager to get into it. you know, the 20 EMA around $35 is going to be a really good entry point. But I would say just look for something else. You know, unless you're investing $100,000 and you just want something safe, just look for something else, because AVAX is already sitting at a $30 billion market cap. Oh, 20. Okay. So $21 billion market cap. It's very high. It's extremely high. So $270. Let's say we do a 5x from here. That's going to be around like $250. So taking us very close to that 1.272 target there. So yeah, if you have AVAX, keep holding. If you don't, you know, I wouldn't be buying in. Yes, that's the right magic. Thank you. No problem. Hi, Hazik. I was asking you to look at Shadow the other day, but you didn't have time, and you said we could look at it in the next live stream. Yes, so I looked through Shadow very quickly, or not quickly. I think I did a little bit of research into it. So let me pull up Shadow. And I'm actually bummed out that I did not buy into it. I'm actually bummed out that I did not, because it was sitting down here doing the retracement at like 70 cents. And if you look at the listings, we have a Coinbase listing already, which is really good. We have Gate, but we don't have Binance. We don't have Bybit. We don't even have KuCoin. We don't have Kraken. We don't have, okay, we have Crypto.com. But the rest, once we have listings, this is going to be really bullish. It's in the distributed computing niche. So the GPU niche is going to be going crazy in this cycle. Render being the top one, the safest blue chip coin in that niche, but this is also a good pick. So wait for retracement. Let's pull up the chart here and let's take a look at Shadow, because I will be eyeing this for an entry. So this is the weekly chart. So we have a breakthrough, potential back test of support here to back to the white trend line is possible in case we have a dip, but I would say it's not likely. It's plausible. Actually, it's not plausible. It's possible, but not plausible. Now, the second fib at $1.28 is our current target. We already went through the 1.618 at 94 cents. So if you bought it during this retracement here, the 1.618 would have been a great entry or exit point for you at 240% of profit. So right now is not the time to be buying in, even though the weekly RSI, has just recovered from the oversold, but I just don't want to be entering something that already did like a 4x move in a few weeks. That's just me. It could continue pumping by all means, but the risk to reward ratio is not as good as it was down here. So I would be patient. If we have a retracement at, let's say, 71 cents, I'd be happy to get into this. So the 1.272 here, I'd be happy to get in at that point. And the market cap is still relatively low. The circulating supply is pretty much 96% of the total supply. So I'm bullish. No worries, my friend. Oleg Borisuk. Hi, could you look at Cubic? Of course, Oleshka, we can look at it. Give me 1 second. $500 million market cap, 123.5 trillion tokens out in circulation. So this is in the AI and big data narrative. Is a decentralized layer 1 network where scalable tech meets artificial general intelligence, AGI, purpose-built from the ground up to transcend the traditional limitations of blockchain. So it's an AI layer 1. essentially. Let's go to the website. Okay, so very interesting. I think I've heard about it there you go. I have it saved into my watch list from one of the previous live streams, but I completely forgot about it, unfortunately, because there's so many projects to look into. But this definitely looks bullish. So this already picked up. Obviously, it picked up already. But let's take a look at the price action. We'll have to be ending, guys, in a few minutes as well. I appreciate all of you joining. Let me know if you learned something useful. That's the point of these live streams. And like I said, we'll be live streaming every day from the 21st of December until the 29th of December. So stay tuned for that. Let's go to Cubic. Let's go to the daily chart. Okay, we got to the second fib level. This got very overbought in November at the end of the month. So this green area is going to be a good buying level for you guys between 0.50318 to 0.503350. That's a good area to get into it. But again, it has gone up so much. It did like a 4x here, almost a 4x since the bottom in November. So be careful getting into something like that. On top of that, it's a $500 million market cap already. And take a look at the vesting schedule. We have to know where's the rest of the tokens. Thank you very much. I got into Shadow at 25 to 35 cents. Great. Congratulations. I'm very happy. Very happy for you guys. Also, check out the link down below in the description if you want to get a ledger with a discount and plus a Bitcoin bonus. So you get around 10 to 20 bucks in Bitcoin after you use the referral link. I think I get 10 or 20 bucks as well in Bitcoin. And a ledger or any cold wallet, if you don't want to use Ledger, you don't want to use my link, that's fine. But get a ledger, get some sort of a cold wallet, and get those coins off of your exchanges, because Coinbase is already being weird with its users, and they're saying don't use an ad blocker, don't use a VPN, when you're using the exchange. So yeah, be careful. With MEXC, they're blocking and freezing some accounts that are holding large amounts of money. Let's say you put in $200, you turn that into $200,000. They could just freeze your account and not let you withdraw. That's why it's very important to have access to your keys. You want to own your keys to the crypto. So that should be it for this live stream. I'm not going to have enough time to look at anything else. I have to be going somewhere else in just 2 minutes. So thank you all for watching. I will try my best to live stream tomorrow, but I can't promise that because obviously I have my day-to-day job and I have some other obligations as a human being. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hopefully you are keeping some money on the sidelines in case of a dip. Hopefully you all have very good entry points into your altcoins, and hopefully all of us will be able to exit the market safely way before the top, just so we can have our minds at peace, and just so we can prepare ourselves for the next bear market. And also make sure to help out the people in need. There's a lot of people that are in need at the moment. You hear the news and you see them on the news every day. So make sure to donate to kids. They're not able to turn $2,000 into $200,000 like some of us are. So make sure you share some of those profits. You don't need all of them. I promise you that. You don't need all of that money. So share around a little bit and obviously help out your family. Thank you all. Stay safe and bye-bye.